Today's video is sponsored by Doge Lord Coffee, the official coffee of choice for crypto miners. Check the link in the description for Doge Lord Coffee, as well as a special discount code for checkout. Thanks again for Doge Lord Coffee for supporting the Hobbyist Miner channel. What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, today you're in for a treat. I have a guest with a fantastic topic. When everybody is hiding and kind of hodling down and going ahead and scared of the bear market here, we're going to talk about something a little bit different, and that is doubling down in the bear market. But without further ado, let's introduce our guest. Welcome, the Mining King.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Thanks for
Welcome,
having me
welcome.
on. Really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah. So those of you guys not familiar with my guest, which most of you probably are, but if not, that's okay. So the Mining King is not only a fellow crypto miner and enthusiast just like us, he's also a content creator as well. So before we jump into it, Mining King, where can people check out your awesome channel?
You guys could check me out on YouTube under the Mining King with 2 eyes. So you guys can come check me out. I'm not on any social media. I am
Okay.
awful at Twitter.
That's okay. It's okay. It's its own beast. I totally understand. People say that about like TikTok and Instagram for me, and I'm like, nope, I don't touch it. Maybe I'm too old, but I stick with Twitter. Like, Twitter's my jam. I'll go with Twitter. So anyways, guys, without further ado, so our topic today is going to be about doubling down in the bear market. And this is not the norm. Most people, when a bear market happens, a lot of people will shut down rigs. A lot of people will revert back to only mining with their most efficient GPUs. Some people will sell. But I thought this was a great topic, and I invited the Mining King on because I know for a fact that he is doubling down within the bear market. And I thought, this is a different point of view and different strategy. So, Mining King, before we dive completely into it, let's set the landscape a little bit. Before you started to double down, so let's say before May, June. Okay, so that's the bear market. Before May, June, what did your crypto mining farm look like? What were you mining? How many GPUs, such like that?
Before May, June, I was probably at about 50-ish is probably where I was, right around like 54, 55. I had actually switched off. It is super dry down here in the state today.
No, you're good. You're good. All good, man.
So dry down here in Arizona. It's terrible. Actually, I did a short run of mining Flux and Ergo and some other coins. I had completely moved away from Ethereum.
Good for you.
So yeah, I was trying other things out. So I was at about one. If everything was on Ethereum, I think I was right around 2 gigahash was about where I was as far as hash rate would be at on an Ethereum farm.
Yeah, so 2 gigahash there, about 50 GPUs. So you're probably running more higher end 3070s, 3080s, cards like that, putting that out there, which is fantastic. So all of a sudden, May, we have our first decent dip. And then June is when really, I think nobody could go ahead and say otherwise that we were in a bear market at that point in time. So that occurs. And what changed your mining strategy? What encouraged you to go, well, I'm going big, folks. I'll see you afterwards.
Yeah, it is a little scary, but to me, it's like if you look back on some of the more, guys who've been in the scene a while, like Red Panda and Bits and stuff like that. Like Bits, he's doing like a substation right now. He's doing containers. He's doing like
it's a whole nother level of doubling down right there.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I mean, I want to be someday, but but to me, it's like people's strategies in the bear market is they take in the high profit, right? And they save all that. And then that way during the bear run, they could double down essentially. So to me, the bear market is actually the time to acquire your gear and expand your farm much cheaper, right? Because 3070s are going for what, like $1,200-$1,400, you know what I mean? During the bull, it was way too much. Now,
oh yeah, now it's like a couple $100 and you're golden. It's crazy.
It's like $350 is what I'm paying for 3070s. So I'm really trying to like upgrade my farm here. So my goal within a year is to be up to 10 gigahash.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's great though because like you have a goal, which is phenomenal. Not just like I want to buy as many GPUs as I can. So that's fantastic. I think that works out well. I mean, 10 gigahash is definitely a big deal, especially as a I think that takes you from a home crypto miner status to like well beyond an enthusiast to the I'm addicted level, far and beyond. So I think
Yeah.
that's great. So during a bear market, as many people may or may not know, depending on the crowd that are watching us, is as you're increasing your hash rate and your cards, you're also increasing your yield. So your bags now are really starting to fill a lot quicker, and it sounds like that. Like your goal going into this is not like I want to be as most profitable today. Your goal is I want to yield as much as I can through this market, so that when we get back to our next bull market, you're sitting pretty on some pretty big bags. Does that sound almost accurate?
Yeah, so that's actually my video that's going to be releasing on Monday. That's actually what I'm going to be talking about is
Awesome.
I'm not concentrated on what it's making me today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concentrated on what it's going to make me in the future. So
Mm-hmm. Smart.
my 1070 Flux rig I did a rebuild on like 5 months ago.
Yeah,
If Flux goes to its all-time high, I've already like doubled my money already in 5 months. So
that's awesome.
to me, for me, it's not about profits, it's about the yield. What can I yield
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
And I think that's where everybody gets everything wrong because they look at profitability and how much they're making today. So for people that are just doing this as like a passive income, I think those are the people that will struggle. But miners who could foot their electric bill and hold on to their yield for when it actually goes, back up to the all-time high, I think those guys are going to have a lot of success.
Yeah, so I mean, you're spending a pretty good capital. Would you be willing to be transparent to say what you've spent? Let's say since the bear market has started.
Uh, let's see here. Let me try to figure it out in my head. I've
You know
probably
what it
spent
is. Just spit it out.
no, actually, I haven't been keeping track.
Ballpark. Go for it.
I would say between 12 and 15,000
Okay,
ish.
fantastic,
Um,
fantastic.
yeah,
So
I'd say
what
that's
would
pretty
you?
accurate.
So what would you say to the people that are hearing that you're expanding when they're like, "Oh my gosh, like not a chance." Like they're the complete polar opposite to you as to, why this is such a good idea.
Well, so when it comes to crypto, this is the first thing I tell everybody is don't
Mhm.
risk more than you're willing to lose. So
Smart.
if like spending $1,000 would put you in like financial hardship, I
Mhm.
would suggest you not to do it because you got to think about like if you take this $10,000, I want you to light it on fire right now and pretend
Mhm.
it just doesn't exist anymore because that's kind of how you have to look at it. And yeah, it's scary. And this may not pan out, but
Mhm.
I love crypto mining. I've been building computers for 20 years, so to me, it's in my blood to do this. I'm gonna keep doing it. So, um, I guess that's how I'm gonna answer that one.
It's a really good answer. I mean, I think it's smart. I mean, I think the challenge is like I remember running into a lot of people even during the bull market where we're like, "Hey, I got 10 grand. What should I invest?" And they don't like, what should I buy? And they don't know anything about mining. And it's like, whoa, like you should make yourself more educated. Like, would you go out and spend 10 grand in any other situation if you didn't educate yourself? And that's like the same situation. It's like educate yourself before you go spending any type of money in that regard, because I think you gave a phenomenal example there. Like it is an investment, and just like any investment, traditional stocks, it could be gone. And that company could belly up and you could be gone, and then or it could drop significantly and you lose it. So I do think that's a really good recommendation. So switching back to the hardware a little bit here, in the time we have left, what GPUs are you focusing on and putting your most money into while you're doubling down? Is there a certain model, a certain brand, or where are your crosshairs at?
Let's see here. So currently in my farm right now, I have 2 dozen 1660 supers. I have about 2 dozen 3070s.
Okay.
And I only have 8 6700 XTs, but I want to increase that. I want at least I'm probably gonna get maybe 2 dozen more.
And that
So
is that just off of
3070.
the recent results of being able to get significant lower watts for higher hash.
So yeah, I did a video a while back, a few months back on the 6700 XT. I
Hmm.
did a build on it, and yeah, you can get. And see, that's just the thing is we're still talking like Ethereum numbers, but I mean, you
Yeah.
can get 46 mega hash at about 90 watts, give or take, from the wall,
Wow.
which is
That's
pretty good.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
they do really well on like Firo and Kapow. So
Mm.
I'm trying to keep my farm like 50-50, right? I want it half NVIDIA, half AMD, because they both have their strengths and their weaknesses. So I don't want to I don't wanna put everything in one bag, like kinda like you would
Yeah.
do with, like, stocks, right? You wanna stay diverse. You don't want
Yeah.
everything in one stock in case the stock, plummets.
Yeah, I mean, I think looking to the Ethereum merge, great topic to roll into here in the last few minutes of it is the fact of I think you made a really good point, and most people may not be thinking this is like it's really wise to be diversifying with your GPU types. A lot of people are looking at after the Ethereum merge that like Ergo will be very prevalent with AMD, and then on the flip side, a lot Flux or other ones like that will be prevalent on Nvidia. What are your thoughts? What's your game plan here coming up with the Ethereum merge, especially with doubling down? I mean, your foot's full throttle on that gas right now, and the Ethereum
Uh,
merge could be a scary thing for someone in your investment situation.
so me, I've already set aside money to cover my electric bill for probably 2 years.
Wow,
So
great.
that's a personal decision.
Hmm.
So I'm probably gonna foot the bill. Now
Okay.
me, I'll keep mining. If if the profits are down and the yields are
Hmm.
up, I'll keep going, right? If
Got it.
both of them are down, I might turn off for a little bit. But if the yield's
Got
good,
it.
I'm gonna keep going. So I have a 2080 Ti rig I'm building, so I'm gonna be doing some flux. I
Yeah.
have nodes too, um, so I'm probably gonna be half flux, half ergo. I have one iPolo for
Oh,
Ethereum
nice.
Classic. I have a Helium miner, mini Doge, and then I'm considering maybe building like 5 to 10 CPU mining rigs to maybe give that a try.
Man, so you are talk about diversity. So it sounds like very much so you're diversifying hard for the Ethereum merge. So when the Ethereum merge hits, you're stacking kind of a little bit of everything. So all wallets are increasing, all yields are going up, and then it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, then you'll be able to pivot based off of where the market settles after a few weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty much my game plan. So that way, if my GPU mining isn't, doing so great, at least I have other things that I could try. But like I said, I have a couple years of operating expenses stacked away. So
Mhm.
that's just me, my financial situation, and kind of what I prepared for myself. But in the future, I am going to be trying to do something similar to Hawk and have
Mm,
my own building and hosting services.
wow.
That's
So you're
the
talking
that's
about
the end game
doubling
plan.
down to the whole new level. I mean, even man, that's and then you know what? That's fantastic. I mean, it shows for you have faith and confidence in crypto mining, which allows you to not only double down but also invest long term. I think with those of us that are in the scene that don't have confidence or they're skeptical, putting cash flow aside, if you're not confident in the future of crypto, I can see why doubling down wouldn't be for you. Put aside the investment part of it, with having cash flow and the additional capital to do so. So, no, I can definitely agree. So, I think last question for today to wrap things up, kind of how do you think things are going to end up over the next, I guess we're in the home stretch, next few weeks. We've had some really weird activity within the crypto scene with like Firo got pumped, Ethereum Classic, Neoxa. I mean, what do you think the next few weeks are going to hold for us crypto miners? Completely skeptical, all
No,
speculation, all speculation.
not not financial advice.
No, I don't care. Screw that. You're watching YouTube,
Uh,
people. Don't take advice from people on YouTube.
so, actually, I think Ethereum's gonna pump. I think it's
Really?
gonna
Okay.
pump pretty hard until it merges, and then
Mm,
I think it's gonna drop real hard. So
mm,
that's me personally.
okay.
I hope Neoxid is still doing. Neoxid, it's having some growing pains, right? It's a new coin.
Yeah.
So they did recover from their 51% attack. They stopped some of
Yep.
the funds. They're able to recover. some of the 51%. I think they recovered like 15 million of the
Wow,
oxide.
that's
So it's
crazy.
actually really good.
Yeah,
So um, I think they're gonna do pretty well because they're proof of game. So I think that could be nice. Anything like Flux and Neox and things that actually have like uses, I think will
yeah,
do
purpose. Yeah.
extremely well in the bear market. But stuff like, I don't know, Doge and like
Mm.
Shiba and like just
The meme
meme
coins.
coins, they
Yeah,
just they're just there. They don't do anything.
yeah.
I think that those ones are gonna plummet the worst. Um,
Okay.
which is which is where people could really reap the rewards, right? Because then they could buy in. But I think coins that have like utility are going to have a great future, which is why Flux, Ergo, I think are going to do good. I'm a little skeptical on the Ethereum Classic, so they've been around too long, and they need to do some bigger moves, I think, to
Yeah,
get some better
yeah.
price discovery.
Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely see. I know we saw more recently, a lot of investment into Ethereum Classic. In addition to that, on the development side, we saw Vitalik talking about pushing proof of work onto Ethereum Classic. It sounds like the Ethereum Classic, with the right direction, could go ahead and get a lot of apps sitting on top of it, and that's kind of, as you had said, it lines it up and sets it up for the future because it has a purpose. Maybe that's what we see. Ethereum Classic, could be the next Ethereum, but it's only if they do something with it other than just kind of sitting there hanging out. So, no, I can definitely agree with you. Well, Mining King, I appreciate you joining me today to talk about doubling down within the bear market. I do appreciate your insight. I hope for your sake and your pocket's sake financially that things do work out, that doubling down within the bear market is fruitful, the yield is high, and that in the bull market, you're hanging out on your crypto yacht based off of all your success. So thank you very much for joining us. I do appreciate it. Once again, guys, go over and check him out. His channel information is directly below his portrait there. You can't miss it. I'll put a link directly down below. Other than that, for myself and Mining King, thank you guys very much. Have a good one.